Okay, now let's see if when I talk, honestly, to so I know I have to. Okay, now ready. Of sort, because it seems that it is finally capturing some audio, and I do not have the monitor on. I assume that I should be able to at least hear some of the music coming from the audio right here. So let's see. Apparently, I know why. It is because 25 here and 1 here. Now, whatever happens to my voice today, that's how you're going to have it. Let me test with the webcam. Let me test with the webcam to see. Transition into that, and we're going to create a basic chat. So all right, so the task I'm working on right now is to basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the basic challenge. So I'm going to use the model Haiku for that model because it's going to be faster. So I'm going to below the nav bar in the right, on the left side, I would like and you know, honestly, I think it is important to somehow show everything. Okay, so now we are going to say all. Honestly, let me do it like that. We're gonna try another model because this model is not working like it's supposed to. So we're gonna try sonnet. Before, we're gonna say, okay, continue. Because I think haiku works with exactly what it needs, you know, and with okay, so now we'll see what it says. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is all right, so what we're gonna do now is if we can increase the music a bit. Okay. We're going to implement all of these. So this is going to be our agentic user interfaces, and I think what we're missing is, let's see. All right. So in the okay, so in the lower third of our screen, what we're going to have is like I would say at least 40 pixels font size, and it's like a carousel of explainers. So basically, for each of these cards that we're going to implement, we'll have a quick description and plan of action and utility, and kind of like a quick explainer and a mock-up again on the right side. So it's gonna be like a nice interactive in every I'd say 10 seconds moves to the next one, and we'll have at least 10 so please explain these two projects for me. All right. So now we're gonna see if in preview. Okay. So I'm going to refresh the page, and it has not shown our I'm going to say in what page. I have refreshed the page and I do not see that panel at the bottom. Let's see while we're, so that's what we can do. So it's going into the index. So we'll check the index file. So index.html, and now have this. I think missing some of the stuff. All right. So what we're gonna do, gonna try a little, right? You have to make sure that we implement it in a very, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to start with our, let's start, please, create an empty frame. This will be our content app container layout, and we shall have only navbar, footer, same height as navbar, content area, color green. Okay, let's see what it says. So we're gonna start just with that in the meantime. All right, so I'm back. So what I'm trying to do here is I am first of all fixing my microphone and getting my camera ready. In 1 minute, please forgive the strange noise. You know, going live is in a way a skill in and of itself. It's all right. So now, where are my glasses? It's like I'm all strapped in, ready to start. All right. I'll be ready in a good 5 minutes. All right, and here we go. Let's go with flex.html. You don't have that, so let us see. Can you like it? Okay. See if we can activate the camera. Okay. I am ready to show it. I am ready to go live. Okay. All right, so here is what we're going to do. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to transition into our so this is the preview screen. We also want to add the camera. We're gonna add the video capture device, and we want to go with this. And now I think I am ready to transition. Okay, if you can hear me. So here is what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're gonna go to showcase and we're gonna go to our frame. So we're building a user interface. We're building a user interface for agentic user. And now we have this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to make another. Sometimes it's better to draw it, but I will say I need we're gonna go as far as we can. We're gonna say I would like to have 2 panels, one to the left, one to the right. These panels are always below the nav bar and always above the footer. So they are the behavior of this panel is that they take by default 2 columns, 3 columns, and we can close or we can pin. When we pin, it basically now it becomes part of the main content area. So the main content area will resize itself to fit. And right now we'll have just mock-up panels with like lines and some labels. All right, so we'll have the panels. In the meantime, we're going to explore our to-do. So this is how we're going to explore our to-do. So I have another project that works a little better. In this project, we will call it, I don't know how my voice is sounding on the audio, honestly. And I would like for me to actually just start. I'm going to start with another, I'm going to start with another different, we're going to start with a different user interface, because if we're starting from scratch all the time, the progress won't be as obvious. So we're gonna ask Claude how to run it, and let's see if our user interface will. So I feel like it is important to always be visible, because you know, in a way, we have to show this I'm going to npm start it, and it will show us where to go, and we are at address 301, and let's have our race going. So and I think we have officially kickstarted our live streaming. All right, so this is what I'm not sure about the audio, but we're gonna experiment with AI first user interfaces, and I wanted to test the audio to see, and I think we have really wonderful audio. And we're gonna start really once we have the structure in mind. I think as developers, there's this warming session where it's not exactly the most, you know, we have to warm up, and I'm warming up right now. Let me refresh. I'm going to go to the thumbnails and green, and we're gonna go to agents, and let us see. Okay, so remember, for our, we have the space, we have the frame, and no. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna first have the colors, right? So we're gonna go little by little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take what is from this project. Okay, let's see. We have our atoms become blocks. What do you think of these forms? No. Okay, let's see. It's not the UI that I would go for, but at least this is the part that I find interesting. This is the part I'm going to implement. So we're gonna have this first mini chat. So let's see how we're going to do it. I think I need to go into my hard to know, but I will try. I'm gonna have some requirements from what are my requirements? I think my requirements in terms of how to run this application. What does it do? And you know, I have to find the proper one. I think it's called okay, so okay, let's try that. Gonna say how to run both. Okay, so let's try our donkey race. So this is procedural interfaces. So there are no humans playing with it. So basically, it uses a physics engine, and basically it's the same data, but represented differently, right? So all of it's almost like mathematics. So we have speed, progress. For each of them, we have a tick. We have the donkeys have a name, and we represent the world differently. We can say this is in 3D, this is in 2D, and this is like that. So now we're gonna see. I'm warming up. I think that's important. I haven't seen this yet. I don't see the panels, but we're going to go into the link chain, see the link chain, and we're going to run. And we're gonna go visit the address that it has given us, which is relay. So this is relay, and I think this is a much better, much more polished version. So this is what I'm going to be able to have. I'm going to okay. So now remember I'll have to be able to ingest this HTML file. So let me have that. Because I think okay, so let's see if we go to project, we go to blog. Now, what if we go to chat? We're going to redesign our chat based on the rules that we have. So how will I approach this issue with AI? First, I would go into my idea panel, the idea pad, and I'm going to say, okay, for our chat page, I think what would be wonderful is if we could redesign it. Okay, that's a test. So now I'm going to refine it. We'll see if that's going to refine itself, because we have the raw prompt, and it's a matter of seeing if that's going to take. Meanwhile, this is the user interface we're gonna change our chat box into, and it has not been refined. So there's an issue. I'm going to try and go into okay, we can do the proper way, right? We'll do it the proper way. We will go and switch to my terminal, and why don't I bring my terminal here? I'm gonna use the model Opus because model. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do now. Because this is the bug, and I have the ability to inspect this and file this as a bug. I'm going to say this is a bug here. It's not working, so I would say text not refined. So I think this is how you develop vibe coding. It's literally you flowing, and you have to give yourself the ability to find where you can flow. And I think as far as let's see what we can do here. So remember, we have another idea is first rule would be to no, that's not the proper one. We're gonna start this is the one I should have okay. Okay, so my prompt will be, I need a prompt manager as a panel, and also let's see if we can have a button to import files. So this is going to be like a file upload system, and I can see this file. The files can be HTML, the files can be any file. Okay, so now I have this running in the background. So we're gonna do the anatomy of so this is our tracker now. So you see, so we have several ways. Let's see if I can refine it here. I'm gonna try to refine it with AI here, just so I can see if it's going to take. And let's see if the expected result will show. I hope not, but it had. It's okay. All right, I think okay. All right, so this is not working. So let us check our terminal to see what has happened. Well, let's see if our frame has taken it. We're gonna refresh, restart, and no, this has not working. All right, so let's leave that here for a while. In fact, this is actually a good thing, but we're not going to, we're gonna focus on this project today. All right, so now let's okay, so let's go into our project. Let's go to system, let's go to concepts. So this is the concepts that we have. Let's pin that. Okay, so in a way what I want to do now is I'm going to what I'm going to do is okay. And my task is now to okay. All right. So now we're going to see let's go on AI. Let's see if we can chat. Hi. Can we chat? Send. Let's see if we get a reply back. Okay, we don't get a reply yet. Let's try. Okay, so that's a bug. So we'll file that as a bug. Let's open our idea pad and let's go and say here I would say replies do not work, and space on my keyboard do not work. Do not work. And also the system has deactivated space on my device for some reason. So let's try. Okay, so we filed this as a bug. Let's go in our chains. We need the ability to create a new chain here. So we'll have this here. We'll say we need to be able to create a chain. Enter. Okay, let's go to another page. We have a changelog we've released. So let's see if we can go to our panels. What is my train of thought? I have to go on the train. And I have this nice this is the work queue, but okay. Let's see. We can expand this so we can have ideas. We have the mini game. And let's refresh this. Okay, so we have our panels. We can unpin. Okay, we have this. That's kind of like working. Let's see if we can close it. We can close it. We can open. All right. So that's why you have to do things in isolation while you're exploring the real stuff. Please subscribe to the channel. So we're going to now see if our feature, the file upload feature, is gonna work. And I think so we're gonna go into cd will chain length chain. Okay. All right. Okay. What I would like to do now is to see the features related to ideas. So I want to have this the chat needs to work too. Okay, I think we have to prioritize the file upload. So what I will do is I will say, I would like to understand how to implement a file upload system here. And the file upload system will be able to act as a foundation. And I think we can then further analyze it, attach it to any chat I met. So let's open our project in Visual Studio, because that's important also to have. And I've had another version of this. Okay. Let's let this cook. And I think that's the part where it's better. If you're purely vibe coding, it will be faster to actually do this by hand, you know. That's the part I think that's important, because I'm like, hey, I need a workflow. No, I can just copy those by hand. There are certain things that it is easier, you know, it is easier to just do it by hand than to actually try to do it normally. So like in this one, like in this case, right? Wouldn't it be easier for me to go where I'll just create a folder here. I can create a folder. I'll just call it, I can call it anything. So I'll just call this, let's see, brainstorm. Well, let's just call this incoming files. Okay, I have files. So I'm going to grab the file that was in my other project. Give me a second here. Meanwhile, let me show you my screen while I'm looking for that file. I think this screen is more interesting to kind of show the project that we are doing. And it's basically experimenting with agent first user interfaces, where every UI element is mapped to like a language model. So if every UI element is mapped to the language model, then things can be a little more interesting. So while you're reading this, I'm going to find our design system that we can use so we don't lose our train of thought. And let me go to this, and I'm going to docs, and we're going to go to let's try here. We're gonna go to space, no, showcase. So now where is showcase implemented? Source. It will be nice to see where this file is actually located. And so this one should show, what is it? Let's see, intelligence woven into interface, agentic.html. And I think that's the one that we need. Okay. So we'll go into our Visual Studio. Okay. I'm gonna go into our Visual Studio Code. And we're going to go into files, and we're going to add. So now I have this. All I have to do is query so what I've done here is I'm reading the so what I'm going to say is also, that's your first task. Your second task is to see if you are able to read at files/agentic, and you will create a separate page, but see what existing part of our system you can connect to them. So that will give us a good starting point while we are going into let's go to this active window here. Okay, and we transition. All right, so like I was saying, we have this in its actually not window capture, it's in preview, should be named desktop left. Okay, so our first, we have, so we're trying to see what we can map into this, right? We have this, we have the chat, just like if we go here, we have the chat that we're going to do. We're going to remake it as this one, and then we have we do have a debugger, right? So let us see what our analyzer is telling us. Nothing yet, which means that we can go here and we're gonna make our donkey race. Let's create now another car race. Duplicate, but models, generate them procedurally. Okay, so this is gonna be our racing game. Meanwhile, let us open our what we're going to do is we're studying, you know, and another principle of user interface. Okay, so we have the agent flow. So what every agent do as every step, we need to be able to listen to that too. Web search is important. It's like a mini Google for every part of the system. And then this is like a confirmation box. The confirmation box is when something needs to happen, and the language model is prompting you. This is like multi-agent chat where they talk to each other, and this is like you can move things around, and this is voice. And we need the code highlighter, the command palette, and if we start typing, it auto completes, right? And then we can stream text. So those are all the elements of user interfaces that are going to be very popular for AI. Like I can open a panel when I double click. This is also very important. And we're going to study that today, how to make them and how to put them in our existing systems And I think that's what I'm going to focus on the rest of this channel. And now let's go to files and let's see if we can make this system panels. Do we have that yet? Project files. Okay, now I have this file here, and now the question is, am I able to refer to it? So I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to say now regarding the files, can we use them as attachment to attach to an idea? That will be very interesting. And also, can we have the ability to preview the file content? Okay. And we are going to go to our marketing page, and this is relay. You see how this idea has evolved? You see how it was very almost crude, and it evolved. And I think that's what starting with the foundation is important. Like, I've discovered that the smallest font for readability is about 14 pixels, and that you can use about the same fonts. The fonts can also be like almost like elements too, so you can use different fonts to signal different things. We use a nice background that's light, that's easy on the eye. Dark background can be good at night, but it's not always the best, you know. I know everyone wants to have the hacker look, you know, the Matrix kind of stuff, but it's not necessarily the best, you know, in every single occasion. And then what else do we have? We have selections. So those are things that will be adjusted, but those are the colors that we decided. And I think for me, I like this, the little hint of blue for contrast, you know. And even colors are placeholders for now. We're not going to use them too much. Select them and just keep that consistent. Things that look good on top of the sepia. And then of course typography and rounded corners, experiments, trying to find the best one, you know. And I think for me the most important, you see, we need link. In this we need a link. So what am I gonna do here? We have the design system. I'm going to go to my panel, my idea panel, and I'm going to select this, and I'm going to say, you've missed the most important thing, which is a link. How do links look? And now I have that, and I have the context. In fact, we can do the anatomy of a context here. I'm going to go into my stream, and I'm going to say, can you please define what is I would say a language model versus a Markov chain? And then you can stream the session. We'll see. It chooses haiku by default, and it's like looking. And this is the result of our thinking, and this is our response. This is the response. Okay. We have that, and we have the thinking process here. So the thinking process is important because you know, hey, is the model even at the right point? So now I think what we have to think about is the attachment to a note, and also to keep track of our Git stuff. Actually have first, okay, this is our goal user interface, right? And I started to settle upon that very, very nice kind of almost gradient. peaceful user interface. And let's go take a look at our API documentation. We have the chat, very easy. We have the ideas and the queues and the configurations. And to check when our project, we have the Git. I can go inside and actually see the issues that are with it. So now let's go back to our chat box, and we're gonna make a new query. And the query will give us we're gonna go to open the idea pad, and I can attach a file and see. So I'm gonna go, can I attach a file? No files uploaded yet. So I'm going to go to files, and I'm going to go to what's my train of thought? What have I been thinking about? This is the train of thought. It's okay. Still warming up, getting a sense, getting a feel of the system. And I think we should go to our concepts. Let's let that go for a bit here. These are the concepts that we have. And our goal is going to be to redesign this screen here, our chat screen. Let's go to our files. I should on click be able to preview the file, right? Okay. All right. Can you create our add files, read it, and create a version of it that fits our current CSS. Put it in a design page. The design page will now feature a left navigation panel. Okay. Now I think I should do more work inside of this IDE. I'm going to switch, and I'm going to try to see if we can go inside. Okay, we're gonna spend some time writing code. So that's the problem with kind of programming as entertainment, because there are certain parts that are interesting and there are certain parts that are not so interesting that should still captivate the eye of the user. And I'm making a comment here, and okay. You want to see something fun? All right. We're gonna end this stream. We're gonna start a new one.